Welcome back to the Fittingly Furnished podcast. I'm Amanda.
And I'm Amanda's mom, Vanessa.
We have so much to discuss today, I'm not really even sure where we should begin.
Well, studio apartments are always a popular topic for us.
And they're such a complicated issue. How do you create a living room, a dining room, and a bedroom all in one small space?
While we do have a few basic tricks up our sleeves, each space really is unique.
And every person really has unique needs as well.
Exactly, so I'm glad you pointed that out because this summer we worked with a client and she was in law school and she needed a space that served both as a living space but also as a place to study. And because she's in law school, we're going to call her Elle Woods.
What a perfect nickname. A desk was really important to Elle, and her island was just not going to do the trick, especially for the amount of studying she was going to be doing.
Before we get too far into our conversation here, I want to share our pictures, but I also want to encourage you please to follow us on all things social and check us out on YouTube so you can see what we're talking about today.
So one thing that we feel very strongly about is that if you are an adult, you should have at least a queen size bed. So that's where we always begin, figuring out where in the space a queen size bed will fit.
And in this particular instance, because we needed to incorporate a desk and the space is small, we decided to utilize the desk also as a nightstand.
Yes, and that worked out really well. We placed the bed in the window with the headboard so that the pillows were contained. The desk then sat next to the bed, facing the window so that Elle could enjoy her city view.
And we delineated the space by utilizing a large area rug, which we ran the length of the apartment. An area rug is a great way to ground the space, add color, pattern, and interest.
Studying all day and night is exhausting, so we really wanted to make sure Elle had a place to relax. Well, a studio apartment is pretty small. We were able to sneak in a 74 to an 81-inch sofa at the foot of her bed with a poof. Ah, so relaxing.
I love it. One of the tricks that we do try to utilize is instead of using a media cabinet, we'll try to use a dresser to add more storage. So in this case, Elle can lay in her bed, sit in her comfy couch, put her feet up on her poof, and watch a little must-see TV.
Yes. Lastly, Elle was very lucky that her unit had a portable island, so we were able to move it around to find the best arrangement, and we appointed it with 2 counter stools.
We are always going to remind you to check that height. A counter height is 36 inches high and a bar height is 42 inches high because we want to make sure that you get the right size stools.
Now that we know what size pieces Elle needed, we're excited to show you the furnishings we selected.
As you know, we love the combination of green, camel, ivory, and wood tones, and we were excited that Elle really liked this color palette too.
So we started with a green area rug with a floral motif to ground the space.
Since a headboard was a must, we chose this terrific green chenille that is comfortable and adds warmth.
At the foot of the bed, we used an 81-inch camel vegan leather sofa.
And to add a little bit of interest, we chose a poof with this great pattern in camel and ivory.
We had room for a 60-inch dresser and a 74-inch desk, and we chose pieces from the same line for cohesion. The wood tones with the caning and the black accents are modern and smart.
Lastly, we needed to add seating, so we chose this desk chair in a camel tone so it matched the sofa at the foot of her bed. And then we also chose these terrific counter stools with a beautiful ivory boucle seat and a black metal base. And we love that the black metal base then tied back into the black detailing on the dresser and the desk.
All of these pieces cost approximately $3,200, which is a fairly affordable way to furnish a studio apartment.
Now all Elle needs to do is find time to hit the books and a little time to enjoy her place.
Yes. Thanks so much for spending time with us today.
Please subscribe to our podcast so you never miss an episode.
Let us know if you have any design dilemmas. We're always happy to help.
And please don't forget to create spaces that are fittingly you and fittingly fabulous.